Joining us now is OjyOkpe, with stories trending around the world. Hello, Jinx.
Good morning, Dr. Abati. How are you this morning? What? No, you just know how to ginger my morning. How are you this morning?
I'm good.
Great.
Fine.
Good morning, our favorite Nigerian.
I know how to ginger my morning.
Oh, really? You look like a queen. How are you this morning?
Feeling really good.
How are you? Rufy on fire.
Oji, on fire.
Well, all right. Well, good morning to you viewers. Let's begin what's trending in Edo State, Nigeria, where hundreds of residents in Esan South local government area of the state trooped out in protest against the results of the recently concluded governorship election that saw Monday Okpebolor of the All Progressives Congress emerge winner of the election. The demonstrators, comprised of opposition supporters and civil society groups, some of the protesters displayed placards that accused INEC and the APC of rigging the election. Let's take a look.
People, no market today, no farm, no road, no motor coming from the north. They said this is our governor, this is who they want. They need their mandate, stolen mandate back. They said they stood behind Oshomole to win his case at the court against Osumba. And this is the community where Oshomole married from. And Pierre have all his children. That they want to know what offense they offend Oshomole. That is against the progress of Ewohimi. So all the Ewohimi people are right here. No farm, no market today.
All right. I mean, the people of Edo, I believe that area is where AI is from, Aswe Ighodalo's village. I mean, we have seen a lot of reactions trailing these Edo elections as to rigging. I mean, I believe we saw CSOs, this statement released only yesterday about how they feel like, you know, there was no transparency in the electoral process. But on Monday, I believe over the weekend, we did see some reactions also that trailed. Even people were talking about Monday Okpebolor, whether or not he's qualified for governing the people of the state. Well, Monday Okpebolor's interview, which he granted BBC Pidgin, has elicited a wave of reactions in the wake of his victory. The governor-elect, who hardly granted any interviews during his campaigns, claimed that it was one of his strategies, or one of the strategies he used in winning the election. He also accused Obaseki of abandoning his people and major roads leading to his hometown. Let's take a look.
I'm a newsmaker and a community builder. I'm not just a politician. Let me shock you. Today, I went to Uke, and that community, that is where Obaseki came from. I wept. I cried. Because where a governor said he came from, no road, erosion everywhere, bush everywhere, nothing, not even school. They said they have one technical college that was approved by Oshomole's government, that they started. Then this man came and abandoned it. And I was even shocked to hear that the king of that place came to meet him was waiting for Obaseki. And Obaseki said he was coming. He never came. Then the man woke up one day and said, oh, I'm going to see my son. He got to Benin, spent 4 days looking for Obaseki. Went back. On his way back, he had an accident and died. Obaseki couldn't even go back to tell them, sorry, that our king is dead. When they were narrating the story to me in that community, I felt very sad.
All right, Monday Okpebolor, they're speaking good English, wasn't it? You're giggling. Well, you know, a lot of people were surprised at this interview, actually. I mean, he was BBC Pidgin, but he did speak very well. But I mean, that accusation really about Obaseki and not building roads, we did see in, the course of his tenure in Edo State that there were a lot of bad roads in Edo State. Whether or not they were roads, state roads, or federal roads, we're yet to ascertain that. Rufai.
So a couple of things. During this campaign, there were times he addressed the rally that he spoke considerably. I mean, English is our lingua franca. So this idea of speaking English, not speaking English mixed with this or mixed with that and all of that, I have never been in dialogue of say, oh, he will not be able to communicate. What we said is that he couldn't come on air to articulate his ideas. And that's why I don't believe this talk of it's a strategy. If you have it in you to articulate your ideas, you could have come on air and said, this was XYZ I was going to do as regards my policy. Pure and simple. It's so easy for him to say it's a strategy now because he's won. If he didn't win, then was he going to say this? No. And we cannot condone politicians always running away from debates and say, oh, it's not part, it won't move a needle. It's a lie. I have empirically proven it wrong. It moves the needle. That's why they run away from it in the first place. Look at Abiola and Bashir Tofa. That debate shifted a lot of things. People now said, okay, yeah, Abiola is really serious. So please, let's stop all of this idea of back and forth. The politicians owe us a right. And like I keep saying, if some people have attended the presidential debate, maybe they will have talked about all this idea they're using for the economy that's not working today. I will have told them that this is not going to work.
Dr. Bati.
Okay, some quick comments. The first one is about Asue Godalo, the people of his hometown, home village, protesting and saying they've been robbed. And questioning the role of Senator Oshiomhole in the matter, that is their in-law, and that it was part of a process that did not allow their son to become a governor. This, I think, we'll say we don't support violence of any sort. And we'll keep appealing to the people of Edo State, whether they are from Ewohime or any other part, not to engage in any act of violence. The governor, Obaseki, has already said, seek, redress through due process to express your grievances. But I think there is a special accent on the fact that the people of Ewohime trooped out in defense of Asue Godalo, even for symbolic reasons. After all, they said, he's a Lagosian. He doesn't speak the language. This, again, is an indication that his people know that he's their son, and that they support him, and that they endorse him. And I think that Asue Godalo should feel encouraged by this and should know that he must remain in politics, whatever happens, to defend not just the interests of his people who have publicly identified with him, but also the people of Edo State in general. The second point is all this excitement over Monday Okpebolor can speak English. I've seen his school search result, online. He had a D7.
Those verified reports. I saw that too. Whether
it's verified or not, we don't even know. You don't need to pass school search.
Well, what did you see online, please, quickly? The results. I just want to see.
School search results.
What were they?
That no child can ever bring to my house. It will cause problems. But in any case,
you can't blame him. There were like 10 Ds.
No. I will summarize now.
Okay, go ahead.
But we have passed all of this.
Yes, we have.
About, in Nigeria, if you just attend one summer school, you can be president. So it's not an issue.
Unfortunately.
The issue now is as follows.
Yes.
Governor Okpebolor, as he will be when he's sworn in, would have said, he has discovered something in Obaseki's constituency, whether it's a federal road or not. He can fix it. He's from the ruling party at the center. Okay, 1 year down the line, we would like to check whether he has prioritized that particular road that he says is problematic. Second, this is campaign after election. He's now governor. What we want to hear from him and his team is, what they will do. And then finally, by way of saying somebody can speak English, he was saying that this village is where Obaseki came from. No, that's wrong English. Obaseki did not come from that village in the past tense. He's still alive. He's not dead. Okay? So he comes from that village. The correct register to have used is to say that is where Obaseki comes from. Take
note. All right.
Okay.
Doctor.
I rest my case.
Serious violence. Okay, but can we just cut him some slack? Because that was BBC Pidgin, but he decided to speak English. He should have just stayed with Pidgin, right? Well, Doctor, Our favorite Niger wife. I mean, we have seen that, you know, Yiga Africa came up with a damning statement about the credibility of the elections in Edo State. But we also saw videos, if you can pull up that video, of the elections that were conducted in Imo State. I mean, the reports that have been circulating is that whether or not these people there were INEC officials, they were busy printing ballot papers in broad daylight. I mean, unfortunately, this is really, really a sad situation, a sad indictment of INEC, and we need to continue to call for the overhaul of the electoral process in Nigeria. One comment and then I'll take this.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I think we need to stop, INEC needs to stop pandering to the narrative that they're blameless and that they're perfect, because every organization has flaws. This is a great opportunity for them with the Edo election. There have been calls for a review. There's still a window, I believe. We're still within the window that legally they can review, recount, redo, whatever. So I think that it would be a great gesture, step in the right direction for INEC in the interest if they do feel that their process was free and fair and transparent, then let's go through that process again, absolutely. Just so that the winners can also be confident in their win, and so that all those who are aggrieved can also have some sort of recourse in the process. So let's start with this election. Let's review those results.
These are off-cycle elections, though, but it's so unfortunate.
With
really.
35,000 police officers.
Yes, and they couldn't even
35,000, close to 40,000 police officers.
This video I showed was in Imo State, though. This one I showed just recent.
I mean, it just shows all our systems are flawed generally. Flawed. Let's keep deceiving
We are
ourselves.
here to keep calling for electoral reforms. We'll take another story. The Nigerian Army, in a statement on Tuesday, announced that it has discharged a female soldier, Private Ruth Ogunleye, who back in January this year accused a senior officer, Colonel Abdulkareem, of sexual harassment. Private Ruth had posted various videos on her TikTok page accusing Colonel Abdulkareem and two others of assaulting her and administering injections against her will. She said Colonel Abdulkareem forcibly removed her from her residence and confined her in a psychiatric hospital for several months for turning down his sexual advances. The allegations prompted the Ministry of Women Affairs to wade into the matter, and the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Torid Lagbaja, subsequently ordered a thorough investigation. The Army stated that Private Ruth was eased out of the service on medical grounds after the conclusion of its probe, adding that by discharging her, she's entitled to pension and all other benefits. Dr. Bati, we did see this story, we did take this story. I mean, we have seen a lot of reactions that have trailed these particular discharge, whether or not it is true that she is medically unstable to be in the Army. Your thoughts?
Well, I've seen some comments. Some people say, well, it's because the woman is alleging sexual harassment, sexual assault, victimization, you know, being ejected from her accommodation, and, you know, senior military officers were involved. Two colonels, Colonel Abdulkareem, and also a brigadier general, and another Colonel Ogo, I think. You know, that maybe the military hierarchy is trying to cover up. Well, people are likely to think about it that way because it's about power relations. But I think that, you know, the statement by the military hierarchy is clear enough. They have said that, look, it looks like this person, you know, has medical issues, mental health concerns, is medically vulnerable, and that after thorough investigation, you know, ordered by General Lagbaja, you know, the military hierarchy then decided that she should be boarded and discharged from the military. We just hope that the Nigerian Army has acted honestly in this particular case, and that this is not a cover-up for senior officers, because the lady went on TikTok.
She did.
And I think we have not had the last part of the story. Once the lady is discharged, she's going to probably go back on that same TikTok and present another view of the story. But I think beyond all of this, you know, The military, they've said, okay, we've done very well. You know, I hope they will pay our entitlements, the entitlements to Private Ogunleye, and make sure that despite the fact that she's been discharged, that every effort is made to also provide her necessary support, because what they are pushing forward is mental health.
Yes.
And, you know, they have, as a responsible institution in this Nigerian society, the Nigerian military should also help people.
Yeah.
You know, particularly someone who has served them.
Absolutely.
Yes, but I think if there's any hidden side to the story, the truth will come out.
Yeah, we're here calling on the Ministry of Women Affairs as well. I mean, I know that they did come into action when the story broke, but I think that, you know, based on the comments that we have seen trailing this particular story, the Ministry of Women Affairs should continue on her evaluation. Well, in another development, former governor of Zamfara State, Bello Matawalle, who is the Minister of State for Defense, has dismissed allegations of aiding banditry levied against him by the Zamfara State Governor, Dauda Lawal. Matawalle, in a now viral interview, challenged politicians, including Lawal, to swear on the Quran to prove their innocence in banditry, crisis plaguing the state. Let's take a look.
Yes, I go after them. And let me remember you, when I was a governor, I'm the only governor that swear to Holy Quran that I have no hand or connections with banditry, or I am not happy with what is happening. Do you understand? I swear with a Holy Quran that if I am happy with what is happening, or if I am part of it, or if I know those that are doing it, or if I'm collaborating with them, I say God should not give me a 1 second grace. I'm the only one. And I challenge all the politicians that time, including General Alubuso, that they should swear to Holy Quran. None of them, including Dauda, none of them can do this oath, can take this oath. None of them can take the oath. But I take it.
All right. I don't know the implications of swearing on the Quran, but let me remember you, Rufai.
Wait, let me remember you.
Can I remember you or remind you?
Yeah, yes, let me remember you.
Can
that
you help me out?
Governor Dauda Lawal had an interview.
You guys are terrible. Remember, English came on a boat. English came on a boat.
Let me remember you now.
Let's remember you.
Governor Dauda Lawal had an interview first where he made very strong allegations against this governor. And in remembering you, please remember that those allegations.
Don't angry me.
No, I'm not going to angry you.
Carry on. Don't angry me.
I'm not going to angry you. In remembering you, remember that those allegations were not refuted. All he just said in this interview was that, he had done a lot, as regards the bandit amnesty program and all of that. He also remembering you, he also talked about the fact that, yes, there was a time in the past that he had helped Governor Dauda Lawal. He talked about fertilizer contract and everything. Please, I want the states, Nigerian states, to investigate this allegation. It's not by swearing on the Quran. Let's keep religion out of this.
Absolutely.
These are very, very strong allegations. They must be investigated. How were those payments made? He also talked about the fact that, the amnesty program he did led to the release of Governor Dauda's relative or something. No. We want, and this is me in remembering you, we want the investigation to go on.
Right.
The state crack investigation team should go on. An investigation, because these allegations can be made against the Minister of State for Defense, where we are having heightened level of insecurity through banditry, and we are just remembering us. No, he didn't react to the allegations.
Right.
We want empirical proof. I know, they might have their political fight among themselves, but that allegation must be investigated. And if it's got any ties with it, people should come out and speak about it.
Well said, Rufai. On point. Please, these are real serious allegations that need investigations. We'll take our final story under entertainment. Well, finally, the time has come for Chidimma Adeshina, who was crowned Miss Universe Nigeria on August 31st after a tumultuous pageant run. Well, on Tuesday, founder of the Silverbird Group, Ben Murray Bruce, in a post on X, announced that she will represent the country at the prestigious Miss Universe pageant, which will take place in Mexico on November 16th.
As we celebrate Chidimma's emergence, we must acknowledge the importance of women empowerment. We recognize the impact of beauty pageants in fostering global awareness and appreciation for Nigeria's culture. Let's support Chidimma when she represents Nigeria in Mexico. Together, we'll promote our nation's image, empower women, and showcase Nigeria's excellence.
Our favorite Naija wife. I mean,
congratulations.
come on, really, to her at this point. I mean, she has done really well. But before you discuss, I want to take our final story so you can discuss both. We'll take our final story, still under entertainment. Nigerian actress and L'Oreal's digital African ambassador, Temi Otedola, who is the daughter of billionaire businessman Femi Otedola, took the fashion world by storm on Monday at Paris Fashion Week. Well, Temi made her runway debut at the Le Défilé L'Oréal Paris Walk Your Worth Spring-Summer 2025 show. She walked alongside other international celebrities, including Oscar-winning actress Viola Davis, Eva Longoria, Aishwarya Rai, Cara Delevingne, Kendall Jenner, Heidi Klum, among others. Let's take a look. True star. She looked stunning in her red. Congratulations, Temi Otedola. I mean, only yesterday we did talk about her sister, Copy Otedola. I mean, the Otedola girls. Congratulations. This is a huge feat. I'm a model, so you know what it means to me. I got goosebumps when I saw it. Go ahead.
You know, it's brilliant. And I also love to see that young African girls are doing fantastically well. Tyler, the South African artist, I know she's been chosen to open the Victoria's Secrets runway show, which is also just massive. But coming back to Chidimma, I watched an interview, one of her interviews that really sort of touched my heart, because she was talking about how almost just sort of she's going through an identity crisis now. And, you know, we live in an era where most people no longer live where they were born, or maybe didn't grow up where they originate from. We've all mixed up so much, and it's not even on a global sense. You're seeing the discussions just even here within Nigeria, where people in Lagos might point at you and say, oh, you're not even Lagosian, and Lagos is the only place you know, and this place. So I think it's just a really important time for us to have a conversation about just creating an environment that accepts people, because nobody is pure anything anymore. There's no such thing as a pure this or a pure black or pure white or pure. We're all such a mixture, such a melting pot, and that diversity is something to be celebrated and embraced. I wish her well. You know, I've got 2 horses in the race between Miss Nigeria, my own Miss Zimbabwe. So, you know, whichever way it goes, I'm celebrating. But of course,
let me remember you.
Oh, you want to remember me?
No, this program has to end at 10:55, maximum 10:56. I remember you.
Oh, you want to remember me? You don't want to say anything on the show. So let's remember ourselves today. I'd like to congratulate the girls, Temi Otedola and Chidimma, on their amazing feat. Congratulations. I'd love to thank you both, all of you, for your great analysis, as always, on What's Trending. Well, that's all I have for you guys on What's Trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.